My name is Lynn Griffin. I'm a fitness instructor for the City of Aurora. I teach yoga classes at the Central and Expo Recreation Centers. And I've also taught meditation and journaling at the Aurora Center for Active Adults. Today, what I'd like to do is talk to you about journaling. What is journaling? Well, is it like a diary? And that's what I'd like to show you about today. Diaries oftentimes are thought to be a record of what goes on during the day. Journaling can do that, but journaling most often is taught and thought about as a way to help clear our mind of thoughts and emotions that may be dragging us down. So journaling is more. It allows us to express ourselves in ways that maybe a diary doesn't. So let's talk about journaling. How do you get started? Well, there are many ways to get started, and I have some of them here. For example, you may want to start with a 3-ring binder. Just putting notebook paper in the binder, and as a result, when you start your journal, writing the day at the top, for example, Wednesday, April 1st, 2020. You can also keep notebook paper in a folder if that's what you have at your home. If you have a spiral notebook, that works just the same. You can put your materials in here, okay? Or in a past class that I taught, I also kept a journal, and you can get a bound journal. And this is the one I'm going to use for examples for later on. Now, when I talked about journaling, I mentioned that it's a way to clear your mind. And what happens, particularly in this time of COVID-19, we're all at home. And the future is uncertain. So what we're looking at is anxiety, perhaps depression because you're away from friends and family. Perhaps, you are uncertain about the future, as we all are. Keeping these things in your mind takes a stress on you and on your body. So that's where journaling comes in. It is a way to take those thoughts and put them onto paper. Now, how do you do that? Well, you could take a pen and just start writing, just like I mentioned with these. Putting the date down, writing down what you're feeling. For example, today I was really stressed because I couldn't do whatever, okay? Or maybe you're very thankful. Today's a beautiful day, and you can write down about the day. Another thought would be maybe keeping a track of what's going on, much like a diary, so that you have that to look back upon when a hardship occurs in the future in your life. And you think, oh yeah, I got this. I can do this. So let's look at a couple things that journals can do that maybe a diary cannot. And as I mentioned, this is a journal that I had done with a class that I had taught previously. And one of the assignments was to talk about what we were like when we were growing up. So what I did is I took some paints and put it on the back, and then took a picture of my family and put it here. So with journals, you can use colored pencils to illustrate your thoughts. You Crayolas, so you're grading all your children's and grandchildren's arts. You have paint brushes and paints that you can use in that. If you want, you can also put stickers in there, okay? And if you're a stamper, stamps can help you also create some other things with your journal. Now, do journals always have to be positive? No, okay? For example, one of the things we talked about in the class was how stress affects our body. And in my example, I talked about how stress starts in my gut and then radiates out, and it's like, oh my gosh, I just get, crazy with stress. And so how can I overcome that? And that's what I then wrote on the pages behind. How can I overcome a stressful event? And then I illustrated it with colors and papers. You can also write positive things in your journal. You can write about 5 things that you're grateful for, and maybe create a gratitude journal. You can maybe have your children write a journal. It's stressful for them as well. They're not at school. They're home. The whole family's at home. And maybe they need time to write down what they're feeling. And maybe as a family, pick a topic that day. You could write on that as individuals and maybe share your thoughts together at dinner time or at another time. When is the best time to write in your journal? You can write in your journal anytime. Sometimes it's best in the morning when the house is quiet and maybe you're the only one up. Maybe in the evening after everyone has been tucked in and you have time to yourself to write. Or maybe you're sitting out on your patio and deck and it's a beautiful day and you want to write something out there. It's perfect anytime. Just remember that by journaling, you're clearing your mind of thoughts, emptying emotions, getting these things on paper so that maybe as you read through them one more time, it doesn't look as bad as it feels, and helping you to keep your body healthy by getting out these negative, stressful emotions so that your body can work at its best during this time where we're all in this together. You've got this. You can do it. Start journaling anytime. Also, you don't have to journal every day. If you're busy a day, you can skip. You can write about your emotions one day. You can write about something the next day. It's your journal. Make it yours. Keep it in a safe spot so that you have it to refer to. But then also don't hesitate to share what you've written down with other members of your family or with friends. Thank you so much. Take care, be safe, and know that we're all in this together, and we got this.